Welcome to the Have You Met You podcast. I'm your host, Sasha Pearl, the energy architect, and I guide soul-led women in building authentic six-figure businesses by aligning their identity, purpose, and message through my highly potent method. Let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to wrap up all of the energy types today with the projector. As you may know or may not know, I am also a projector with self-projected authority. So this shall be juicy. This shall be fun. I actually don't do a lot of projector readings, which is actually fascinating. I mostly do manifestors and MGs. But let's get into what is human design to start off with, and then we'll head into the energy type, the strategy, and then your authority. So human design is the science of our aura. We all hold electromagnetic fields within 7 feet of all directions for us. So that just means that we are in relationship to literally everything. Everything is energy, and that is just science. Human design was a channeled form that was channeled by Ra Uru, and it takes in the Kabbalah, the I Ching, the chakra system, and the astrology, and it spits out this body graph. And so it's literally a roadmap to your purest form of energy in the world. So it's really the path back to remembering who the fuck you are. And that is honestly why I started the Have You Met You podcast, is because it's like, no, literally, have you met you? Like, how could you even think that about yourself? Because this is how I see you. Right? So that is the gist of what human design is. And so when we move into the energy types, we all have a specific role. So we have the non-energy beings and we have the energy beings. Energy beings being the manifesting generators and the generators of the world. They have defined sacrals, which rule consistent access to life force, desire, vitality, and sexuality. They're really generating the world's energy. We need you. And then we have the non-energy beings, who are going to be the projectors, the reflectors, and the manifestors. And we all have our specific roles. Manifesting generators are here to rapidly build, innovate, be the alchemists. We have the generators, who are here to build sustainable foundations and do, for both manifesting generators and generators, they're here to do what lights them up. So more of that in the world, please. And then we have the manifestors, who are here to initiate and then inform. And we have the reflectors, who are here to reflect back the environments in which we all live. And then we have the projectors, who are the guides, who see deeply into the other person, who can create efficiency, structure, and flow for the other energy types. So projectors have this very intense aura that is very focused. So if you think about an aura, like we have the reflectors, who are constantly sampling everything. We have the manifesting generators and generators, who have a very open and all-enveloping aura. And then we have the manifestors, who has a pretty like close to themselves aura. And then we have the projectors there. It's like literally this like angle zooming in into the other person. Projectors do really well with one-to-one relationships because we give you our full presence. We are fully alive and well, and we are like, okay, if you're sitting in front of me, I see you. And it's not about seeing them in like a surface level. Projectors can see layers deeper than any of the other energy types. And it's just how our aura works. So we're really gifted at, even if you're saying something or telling us a story or whatever, we can hear, we can understand and feel into the actual storyline that's happening, right? The shadow root, the actual fears, the actual doubts. Like we are, honestly, I kind of feel like we're lie detectors. We have this like really intense ability to understand when someone's talking bullshit or when someone's truly embodied in like their belief systems, right? Projectors are just really good at seeing patterns and can be like the detectives. And so we really can help and create such a fundamental structure for the other energy beings, where the manifesting generators are just constantly doing. They're not looking up to really see, oh my God, is this working? Is this making sense? And right, I have all the energy in the world, so it doesn't have to feel efficient. Where if they bring in a projector into their team, like, that's how we can really take away all the things that aren't working and be like, okay, then here's the structure for you to follow, or guidelines to follow if you so choose. And then the reflectors are, in their environments reflecting back everyone. And so we can really ground them into a structure of like, okay, you are constantly sampling everything all the time. So how do we get you back into sampling more of yourself, more of the environments that you enjoy? And then with the manifestors, they're just trailblazing the way and they're like, do this, do that, blah, 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 going over here, going doing that, blah, blah, blah. Right? They are the visionaries. And so how do we ground their vision into reality? Projectors can help you do that as well. So we truly are so wonderful in the sense of like being able to see people very, very deeply. Okay. And I think when you are in relationship to a projector, like when I meet other projectors, I'm like, I don't know if I feel, are you seeing me? Like, are we okay here? Because I'm like, I don't know. I'm feeling uncomfortable because I feel like I'm exposed in some way, right? And like projectors do have that effect on people where it's like we are so present and we are so deeply seeing and we want depth. We want depth so much. We do not do well with yes or no questions. Like we want to be able to explore the grays and the colors of like any situation. So open-ended questions for projectors. If you have a projector partner or in relationship to one, ask them open-ended questions. They do not do well with a yes or no question because we really need to feel into all the different ways around the situation because we have a lot of insight. So projectors are also known to be the new CEOs of the world because we are deeply empathetic as much as we are love efficiencies and creating systems and structures. So that is the projector energy type. And when we move into the strategy of projector, we are literally here to wait for the invitation. And the more that we can wait for the invitation, AKA we just need to be recognized for our unique gifts in the world and our unique insights. Our insights literally is what makes us money. So the more that we can share what we know in a way that's not coming from neediness, not from fear, not from doubts, not from shoulds, but from I am deeply aligned to my soul sharing because I know this is in service of someone out there. People are going to recognize you because you are so deeply in your truth and you're doing it from a sense of serving, not a need of ego of like, please see me, please see me, please see me, right? Because the shadow of a projector is being unseen but wanting to be seen and visible, but like being ignored or like not seen at all. And so when you can create the invitation by honing in on the thing that you see so well, and then sharing that perspective, especially when it's come from I or our lived experiences, that is where people are like, wait, you said this and I resonate with it in this way. That is your invitation then to share your unique insight. But if you are sitting there in a conversation with people and you're like, I have something for you and you're inserting yourself and people are like, I literally don't see you. I don't recognize you. I don't know why I should listen to you. You're going to be met with a wall of fucking bitterness. Okay. So that is our not self theme is bitterness. And what bitterness is literally anger and frustration. So it's a very low vibration and resentment. So it's a very low vibrational energy. And when we are in that, we just close up all of our gifts, all of our wisdom, all of our perspective, all of our insights. And we think, no one's listening to me anyway. So why does it matter? Right. And that's like a bitterness conversation that we're having where if we are recognized for who we truly are, and we have surrounded ourselves in environments with the people who see us, who recognize us, and want our feedback and our insights, we move into the other side of success. And we're talking monetary success. People are going to want to pay you for your unique insights, but you have to believe that that is possible for you. You have to know that you are meant to be visible, and you have to trust that whatever is coming out of your goddamn mouth is exactly what needs to be coming out of your mouth because it is your unique insight. It is your perspective, and no one else can copy that. No one. So the more that you can double down, double tap on that, that is where everything changes. That is where success comes in. People are recognizing you. They're inviting you to be on this show. They're inviting you to do this workshop. They want you in their world because you can see it so clearly. You can see so clearly into the other person that they can't not like look at you, right? And so when we're looking at that frequency, right? So our strategy is wait for the invitation. That is when we're going to feel the most alive in the world, right? We're finally being asked for the answer instead of inserting ourselves into the conversation. Like I do not even, if anyone asks anything of me, I'm just like talking from an I place of this is my lived experience. This is where I went. This is blah, blah, blah. You know, like I do this is my story. Or I had this experience with a client. Until they directly ask me for insight or perspective or feedback, I won't give it. They have to see me. They have to respect the insight and the perspective. Because that is where not only are they going to be fulfilled because you see them, but you're going to feel fulfilled because they're actually listening and it's resonating. And it's like you can see that click in people's minds where it transitions. You're like, wow, I just opened up a whole fucking portal for you. That is success to me. And that's my version of success. Right? Obviously money is great too, but like, I'm like, oh, I'm doing I'm serving. I'm serving in the way that I'm meant to because I waited for the invitation. So strategies, wait for the invitation, or I say create the invitation, get really good at what you know, and then go into the quadrants of your life. What is causing you bitterness in your career, in your love, in your relationships, in your body, in your health, in your spirituality? And then how can you move that into the feeling of success? What is actually going to make you feel deeply successful here? Right. And like that bridge, the bridge that I'm talking about, this is like, how can I be more recognized for my unique gifts in the world? Because the more that you are recognized, that is where the true success is going to live and be expanded. And you're going to be amplified in the world. Okay. So take a moment, sit down, write out the gifts that you know that you have. What have people told you that you're really good at? What do you think that you're really good at? Great. How are you utilizing these gifts in the work that you currently do? Great. And then write down the things that are not working for you right now. And then split that up into 2 columns. What is creating success? What is causing you bitterness? These can be literal people too, or just small tasks. Whatever it is, we need to move all bitterness into success or neutrality to success. So knowing that we're here to see and guide other people, see efficiencies, see systems, and then live in the energy of what it feels like to be successful, that is where true alignment is going to happen. That is where your unique insight and perspective gets so potent that people can't not see you. And the shadow side, again, I'm going to repeat this, is you being invisible, like you not wanting to be seen, but you secretly want to be seen, right? Like you being like, I have the answer for you. I have the answer for you. I need you to just choose me. Choose me. Do you see how the difference is where it's like, I need, versus like, I am, and I'm going to show up and share what I am. And I'm going to talk with absolute fucking conviction. I am. And I'm going to share with the world what I care about. And from that space of creation, because we create our realities, that is where I know I have opened up my entire portal for people to come in and invite me. When I know you recognize me, that is my sign to go. That is my sign to share all my unique insights and my perspectives. This can be literally someone buying a product, booking a workshop with you. That's their energetic invitation of a yes as well. Projectors cannot cold call people. So anyone in like network marketing, high affiliate marketing, anyone in any sort of direct sales and you're cold calling, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. I've been there. I've done it. It doesn't work. You must be invited in. And way around that is creating the magnetism through owning and aligning with who you really are, right? And sharing what you're really passionate about in the world, right? And then people come in and then you can tell them about like what you're selling, what you're doing, et cetera, et cetera. But like the more that you force a connection, that's a no. It's not going to happen. You're going to be met with a lot of bitterness. You're going to be met with a lot of bitterness. And you're also going to be like, what the fuck? Why isn't this working? Like, I don't understand. I just don't understand what's happening here. So trust me, you're going to be such a happier human being. One example I can share about not being seen is if you guys have been following along for a while, I used to work in corporate and I was a lead designer, senior designer at both of the corporations that I worked at or agencies I worked at. I just like felt like a number the entire time. I was like, I'm utilizing only 1% of my gifts that I know I have. And I'm creating things I like didn't even think I was a creative, and I'm deeply creative. And I left when I put my 2 weeks in, left that entire thing. I literally sat in my own shit and was like, I thought I was gonna be a yoga teacher. And then I found out they made like $25, $35 an hour. And I was like, I can't sustain the lifestyle I have with this. So I need to figure out something else. And so when I really sat with it, it's like, oh no, it's not that I'm not creative or I don't like designing. And when I got to actually create from my soul, from myself, and creating my own branding and my own website, I was like, oh my God, this is so much fun. And it's like when you can really truly see yourself and see your own gifts in the world, it is inevitable that people will see you because you are going to be in alignment. You're going to really know who you are in the world. And people want more of that. People don't want any more copy and pasted versions of other things anymore. They want your authenticity in the world, especially with the rise of AI and the rise of all these other things. And I'm just so glad. I really feel like the beige world is over and the minimalist world is over. Like I appreciate, and also I'm like, let's add some more color. Let's add some more fun. Let's be more playful and stop taking ourselves so seriously, right? So creating the invitation is going to be and honing the skill sets that you're already good at and sharing those with the world. And you create this bubble of magnetism. That is where the true gifts and success are going to live. So as soon as you can like really hop into a conversation with someone who has invited you in, they're like, oh, fuck, you actually see me. Wow. I can't not work with you because like you just know your stuff and you can see me. And it's not, when I create, it's not cookie cutter, right? It's like, it's very much like, well, you are this type of person. So we have a framework, but we're going to walk it through for you in a way that actually fits your lifestyle, your business, your money goals, right? And so that's where this like beautiful projectorness can really come in, is like really seeing all of the systems and efficiencies in the world. So with authority for projectors, we actually have the most authorities that we possibly have. And this is also why there are so many different types and feelings of projectors out there. So we can have an emotional projector. So making sure that you are in a neutral space, sleep on the decision before you make a decision. We have a splenic projector, and that is someone who knows in the moment if something is correct for them or not. Very fast, it's a very soft whisper. We have ego projector, so whatever you desire, I want this, go after it. That is your authority saying that decision is correct for you. We have self-projected, which is me. My truth is through my voice. I need to talk it out to a safe place. And with self-projected people, you're never looking for feedback or advice. You just need to allow someone to sit there and let you speak it out. So think of it like a very like tangled like yarn. The more that you speak, you're like extending the yarn straight, right? And you're untangling it, the more that you can bring your voice into the space. Okay. And so you're going to know by your tonality if you're excited by something or if you're not excited by something. Like, oh my God, yeah, I would love to do that. Or like, I don't know, I think that. And it's like, it doesn't sound like you want to do it. So listen to that because that will be your guidance. And then we have mental authority. So you are going to be really in your head, but you are not meant to be making decisions from your mind. Pay attention to your body and talk it out. You have sounding board. So if you can find people or have a voice note, talk it out into the ethers and get it out of your head. And then look at the information and use your body to intuitively know what decisions you want to make. Okay, so now that you know your energy type, your strategy, your authority, just know we will dive deeper into each of those authorities in way more depth later in the pod. But I just wanted to give you a rundown of what you could potentially be as a projector and what your authority could be. Now let's look at what are your natural business superpowers because of it. You have a strategic vision. You can see the path forward when others are lost in the details. And this is one of your biggest gifts. You're so good at creating efficiency and structure. You know what systems flow with more ease. You have an immense amount of emotional intelligence because you're very open, similar to the reflectors. And then you have a unique insight because you can really notice the patterns, trends, and energy of other people. And that's how you can really create transformation in people's identities and their purpose and their messaging. Okay. So your brand is always going to be a reflection of your insight. So just know to honor your insight. What is it the thing that you just can't stop talking about or learning about or researching? That is the thing that you get really, really good at. And a big thing for projectors too is rest is a success strategy, and success is our signature state of self. How we are most aligned is by being in success. And so success is never going to be more doing for you. Success is going to be resting so you can work on the insight, your unique insight and your unique perspective to then share with the world. Your energy works in bursts. So you can feel really energized and then you're going to have to go rest for a while. And it's not going to be consistent because we have the open sacral. So when you are in alignment and in that energy of success, it's really not about numbers or status. It's about being deeply, deeply recognized for your unique way of seeing. It is a moment when someone looks at you and says, I feel understood. I feel seen. Wow, you really get me. So when you are in alignment, you create impact effortlessly. People really seek your guidance, and not because you chase them, but because your energy invites trust. Okay. You do not need to prove yourself at all. You are simply here to be seen. Your wisdom will, I promise you, your wisdom will always find the way to the people who are meant to receive it. And that key here, trust, is your timing. So protect your energy and share from authenticity. You are not here to do more. You are here to literally see deeper. So if you are ready to embody your design and to understand and use human design as a self-recognition tool to remember who you truly are, I offer highly potent human sessions, which are 60-minute human design deep dives into your unique energy. And this is not a regular human design reading. I'll pull an intuitive oracle card for you. We'll talk through lived experiences. It'll be a collaborative space and be a give and take where I will guide you through all of your energy, everything, your foundation, your gates, your channels, your highly potent mantra, and share that with you. And the more that you share and are vulnerable in the reading, the more I can ground the energy into your lived experiences because I want to make human design as practical as possible and not something that's like, oh, it's just in the head. It's like, no, no, no. These are the key things that you can be doing in your life to align yourself to your unique energy. So this is an incredible experience. You get the Zoom recording and then Notion report, and there's just so much information that happens. You are literally redirected on a course after one of these sessions. So I really look forward to hearing from you. I'll have all the links in the show notes, and that's it for this one. Okay, bye.